Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick. In our top story this week, Greenfield-based Elanco Animal Health making a major statement about its future in Indiana after a multi-state search. The second largest independent animal health company in the world unveiling plans to establish its new global headquarters in downtown Indianapolis, all part of a $300 million investment to make Indiana its base of operations. The global headquarters envisioned as a 45-acre campus along the White River in downtown Indy, at the former GM stamping plant site, one of the most attractive undeveloped sites in the Midwest. An expanded White River State Park and multi-use development are envisioned at a site that would be connected to the downtown Mile Square by two new bridges. Elanco will also maintain manufacturing facilities in Clinton, Indianapolis, and Terre Haute, and center its research and development activities in Indiana as well. In all, Elanco says that massive investment will retain more than 1,600 jobs, create more than 570 jobs as well over the next decade. With more on the blockbuster deal and its potential impact, pleased to be joined as always by Indiana Secretary of Commerce Jim Schellinger. And Jim, as always, welcome to the program.
Always good to be with you, Gary.
This is, again, I say a blockbuster deal. It truly is, I think, on a number of fronts. And I think, first off, this was a multi-state, if you will, a competition. Elanco looked at a number of locations, Kansas City among them, to put this massive investment and chose Indiana and Indianapolis.
That's right, Gary. We couldn't be more excited for Jeff Simmons and Aaron Schott and the Elanco team. We did go through quite a competition, and of course they have a facility they acquired in Bear as an acquisition that's down in Kansas City, which is referred to as the Animal Health Corridor of the world. And we think that this announcement puts Indiana and Indianapolis as the epicenter of animal health. So we're very proud to announce this today.
Let's talk about a overall $300 million investment, the centerpiece, this new global headquarters, a campus really, in the former GM stamping plant site right in the along the banks of the White River in downtown Indianapolis. Give us an idea of what this site can and will become, because it'll be home to well over 1,000 employees.
That's right. Actually, closer to 1,600, and I'll tell you, it's an amazing site. And you mentioned it being one of the greatest sites in the Midwest. We actually think it's one of the greatest sites in the nation. To have 90-plus acres right there in the heart of a major city, the 12th largest city in the country, we couldn't be happier about that. I think it's going to be a dramatic change. It's going to enliven that sector of the city. Mayor Hawksett has been great to work with, as has Thomas Cook, the deputy mayor, just exemplary. And of course, with Governor Holcomb's leadership, along with Speaker of the House Todd Houston and the Senate Pro Temp, they've just been great to work with, and all through this entire process. But the site is just magnificent. We'll expand the White River State Park there on the east bank of the west site, and then of course we'll expand essentially, Gary, we're expanding downtown across the river, which is a big deal. And what a better place to have than the second largest animal health, hopefully the first in not too long, just south of the Indianapolis Zoo. It's just a great, great fit. Yeah,
transformational is used a lot. I think in this context, I think it's appropriate because that can be certainly a transformational project. So big impact here in downtown Indianapolis, but you spread around the state and you look at Clinton, for example, in Vermilion County, Terre Haute and Vigo County, as well as Indianapolis, manufacturing facilities that are getting attention as well as part of this investment.
Yeah, that's, I'll tell you, it can be, the importance of that cannot be overstated. And I also want to talk a little bit about Greenfield, because Mayor Fuel has been great to work with out there, and we at IEDC have a huge commitment to the mayor about backfilling the site, making sure that we have those jobs out there in Greenfield, Indiana. Very important. But we competed on a national scale. As you said, a multi-state competition for their headquarters, and being in an urban environment close to the airport was the two top requirements, two top things, and we met the bill very well. It was a stiff competition, I will tell you, and it was very rigorous. So we are very proud to have won that competition.
Yeah, you talk about Elanco being all in on Indiana, and this being in part, big part, about innovation. Research and development activities that Elanco sees not only today but going forward looks to be centered right here in Indiana as well.
Yeah, that's what we're hopeful for, and that's what we've talked to them about. We believe that'll happen, even onshoring some of the R&D. And of course, Gary, you know, these are high-paying jobs. These are extremely high-paying jobs, probably some of the highest in our state. And so it's going to just really increase the per capita income of our state, and it's going to better Hoosiers' lives. And that's what Governor Holcomb is so focused on. You've heard him time and time again. People, people, people. And his leadership on this cannot again be overstated. He has had a personal input on this from day one, and he's been involved every single step along the way. And I'm so grateful that we have a governor that supports our economic development efforts like Governor Eric Holcomb.
Only about 30 seconds left, Jim, but as you look at the impact this can have, a trickle impact, if you will, when you have a major downtown corporate campus looking over the skyline of Indianapolis and using that as maybe a magnet to attract additional investment, whether it's in the ag bioscience space or maybe other industries as well. Is there an impact there?
Certainly. I'm so glad you brought that up because, again, President Daniels has also been instrumental in this. Purdue University, the 6th largest agricultural college in the world. And so they've been very involved in this. And there will be a Purdue presence on this site and a significant Elanco presence on Purdue's campus.
Jim Schellinger is Indiana's Secretary of Commerce. He and others have worked for months on this deal. Elanco locating global corporate headquarters in downtown Indianapolis. Jim, as always, thanks for joining us. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, Gary.
All right.